Hello, hello. It's Big Chads. It's Tuesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, December 22nd, 2021. This is lesson 10. This is part 10 in a 50-part video series based on my best-selling book, Trading Wisdom: 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. When the book first came out, there was just a ton of demand for an audible version, and I did not have one yet. That audible version is out right now. You can go ahead and check it out. People are enjoying it. But there was no audible version when it first came out, and a lot of people, they couldn't even buy the book based on the country they were living in. So I started this free version on YouTube. I've done 9 lessons so far. I'm doing one every 3-4 weeks. Like I said, this is lesson 10. We're going to do lesson 10, which is on emotional mindfulness. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So check out my YouTube channel. You're here right now. Hit like, hit subscribe. If you're new to trading, go to the emergency live streams, watch all of those, and then go to the educational live streams and definitely watch these. We'll explain my whole setup. They're really great for you if you're just getting started with trading. So check that out. It's all free. You'll enjoy it. The book is available now. It is on Amazon, Kindle, hardcover, paperback, and now audiobook version. The book has done really well, so I want to say thank you to everyone for that support. There's been a lot of support from all of you, and the feedback has been great. I have another book that most people don't know about, My Battles with Cancer. I was a cancer patient and a caregiver. I survived lymphoma. I wrote a book about that. I want to get you this book for free. I'm not pushing it. I'm not trying to sell it. I want to send it to you for free. If you know someone who this might help, reach out to me, and I'll just email you the cancer book. And lastly, if you want to learn how to trade, I am a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live. It's the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. I'm extremely proud of my involvement there. So let's just jump right into this. The book. Let's go ahead here. I'm going to remove that image. Let's take this. Let's make it a little bit smaller there. So, folks, if you want to go ahead, you can just read that kind of on your own. I'm not going to, let me do it this way, a little bit easier, and we'll do one page at a time. So you can just read that on your own. You can pause it. I'm not going to waste your time here for the video. I kind of want to get right into it. There you go. So you just read that on your own time, hit pause. Basically, I'm just a chart helper, a newbie guy. I got wrecked early when I was getting started, and that's why I do what I do. I try to pass on that knowledge. I want to kind of save you the years of mistakes, and hopefully you get the benefit, the experience of what I went through. So all that aside, let's jump right into it. Lesson 10, emotional mindfulness, trading wisdom. We start out with a quote. Any trade that makes you feel uncomfortable should be closed immediately. This is something that took me a while to figure out. But once I did, I realized that I had been improperly sizing my trading positions. I'll jump back in here. So trade sizing, we've talked about it in other lessons. There's several things here that you want to keep in mind. First of all, no trade should be so big that it's more than 10% of your trading portfolio. Ideally smaller, 5% ideally. Secondly, you want to scale into your position. So you take the total amount you want to put in and you break it up into little pieces and you kind of slowly enter that position, kind of seeing if you get more information, from the price action. So that's what you want to keep in mind, basically. So trade size, right? So as I say in the book, any trade that makes you feel uncomfortable should be closed immediately. So it's like if you're in the trade and you're feeling uncomfortable, it's because you have too much money involved, right? You want to have smaller positions that are easier to manage emotionally, mentally, right? There is no set rule. This is back to the book. There's no set rule for how big your position should be, or even how exactly you should aggressively or even exactly how aggressively you should scale into it. Each trader must decide based on their own trading style, risk tolerance, and personal needs. In the quest to find the perfect balance, you should pay attention to your emotional mind state as you add risk. So think about that. It's not always easy to do, especially when you're new, and even when you're not new, when you're an older trader. Think about your emotional mind state. Right? So the quote that I follow up that with, if you buy something and immediately feel uncomfortable, you probably have too much money in that play, right? It's worked for me. You buy it, and then immediately you're super nervous, and you're like, whoa, what am I doing? And you don't feel right. You have too much money, right? Immediately cut that position in half immediately. Then you'll realize, wow, okay, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better about this position. It's a lot easier for me to manage it because it's a smaller position. So you want to kind of pay attention to your own mind state, and that will let you know, or that will help you realize, it will help you know kind of if you have the proper position size. Because once you get rid of that initial feeling, then you can focus on the play. You can focus on the momentum. Are we putting in higher highs? Are we putting in higher lows? Is there strong volume on the green candles, or is it on the red candles? Stuff like that. You want to get over that uncomfortable feeling so you can focus, right? And focus on the chart and listen to the price and pick up the clues in the information the price has given you. In the book, now you are so uncomfortable with your position that it's hard to take your eyes off the screen. Every tick up or down makes you sweat because you have committed more money than you can afford to lose, and you cannot figure how to get out of this mess. It's a mess, right? You're in the trade, you're uncomfortable, it starts going the wrong way, and now you're freaking out, you're panicking. One way to alleviate this problem is to only play with money you can afford to lose. That way, when you get into these tough situations, it's easier to remain calm and minimize the damage to your bankroll. So think about that, right? Like bad trades, careless trades, that's damage to your bankroll. And over time, if you manage that aspect of your bankroll, and we'll talk about that in bankroll management one of these other weeks when I eventually get to bankroll management, right, at 50 topics. So we'll eventually get to bankroll management. But part of that is you really just need to manage your stack. That's bankroll management. So that will be in 3 lessons, okay? So like minimizing the damage, right? These bad trades, these careless trades, they're going to damage your bankroll because all of a sudden, you lost 40%, you lost 50%. You keep doing that. Like what happened to your bankroll? So that's why with smaller positions, you're able to control your emotions and you're able to limit the damage to your bankroll, right? And to do that, you have to playing with money you can afford to lose. And that's hard. Not everyone really can do that, but in theory, that's what you should be doing. Because when you're playing with money you can afford to lose, it's just amazing. You're much more free, not to take risks, but to take opportunity when it comes along. To recognize opportunity when it comes along. We've talked about in other lessons how it's hard to follow up on a good trade plan. You have a good trade, the price is at 100, and you say, I'd like to buy it if it got to 70. Well, when the price drops and it gets to 70, you're freaking out because you're worried it's going to go to 50, so you don't buy, right? But if you're playing with money you can afford to lose, you'll probably pull the trigger where you should, and you'll probably stick to your plan. Another way to stop this cycle, and the cycle of kind of being uncomfortable with your positions and being emotionally over-involved, another way to stop this cycle is to take a break from trading and let things settle down for a bit. Often, when we become too involved with something, we lose perspective and make mistakes we would not otherwise make, right? We all know that's true, right? When we become overly involved. Make mistakes you wouldn't make otherwise. After some time to decompress, you will be in a much better position to re-enter the fight, right? You want to re-enter the fight. To re-enter the fight with your wits about you. Take a walk and shed that emotional baggage. So, monitoring your emotions. You're getting too worked up. Shut down the computer, go for a walk. Take a break, close your positions out, walk away. You're having a bad streak. It's just not working for you. Close it out, walk away. Take a break, go do something else. That's how you remain sane. Don't just keep chasing your tail and getting stuck in this horrible emotional cycle, right? Take a break. Trading without mindfulness is pure gambling. It really is. It's just pure gambling. Because if you're not mindful, then you're not understanding that you're risking too much. You're not paying attention to what's triggering you emotionally, and you're going to fall victim to FOMO, and you're going to be afraid to buy the blood, right? You're going to sell the blood and you're going to buy the FOMO pump, and it's just not going to work out, right? More times than not, what we visualize and think about tends to happen. This is another aspect of emotional mindfulness, right? More times than not, what we visualize and think about tends to happen. So with that in mind, you should envision yourself doing well and succeeding in your trading life. Be your own best friend rather than your own worst enemy. And give yourself a chance to do well, right? Don't self-sabotage, right? Don't come in and think, it's not going to work, screw this. All my trades have failed. Why would this one be any different? If you feel that way, if you ever feel that way, just walk away. Like, just stop. If you're ever in a position where you're like, I'm going to try again, but I bet it's not going to work, just, what are you doing? Give up, stop. Stop. Go do something else and come back with confidence. When I've had bad trading streaks and I take a break, when I come back, I feel so much better because I'm ready to try again. And then you can build on confidence and you can build on success and you can get momentum. So you need to have mindfulness. Without mindfulness, it's pure gambling. And you need to have the right attitude when you're entering the trade. The attitude that I can do this, I'm going to do well, I'm going to stick to my plan, I'm confident, and it's going to work out. As I say in the book, and I finish the chapter with a quote, if you enter a trade thinking you are going to lose money, then chances are you will lose money. Be mindful of your mood and confidence level. If you are unable to visualize success, sit out the trade. If you're unable, trading wisdom, 50 lessons every trader should know. If you're unable to visualize success, sit out the trade, sit out the trade, sit out the trade, all right? That is lesson 10. In the 50-part video series on my YouTube channel, Ched's Trading, please like, please subscribe. I'm going to do all 50 lessons for free. This is lesson 10. I'll get it uploaded. It's in this playlist. If you can't afford the book or you're not sure if you want the book, or you just want to, you want to hear me expand on the ideas and you want to hear me kind of emphasize these lessons, this video series is for you. The book itself is available on Amazon right now. Kindle, hardcover, paperback, and Audible. I put out the Audible about a week ago. It's doing very well. I think it's like bestseller in, this is pretty cool. It's like number 2 bestseller. Let's remove that image. Number 2 bestseller in this category, and it's like number 1 new release or whatever. So it's doing really well. So thank you, folks. Really, really appreciate that support. I want to remind you, if you know someone who's battling cancer, who's dealing with cancer, I want to send you my cancer memoir for free. I published it, and I'm not trying to sell it. I will email it to you. I'll email you this book for free. I was a caregiver and a patient. So please check that out. If you want to learn how to trade, please check out Bitcoin Live. It's the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. Twice a week, I do long-form, full market updates. I haven't missed an update in years. I'm on vacation. I'm still going to give you an update. It's where you want to go if you're really serious about learning. So please check that out. Of course, you know me. I'm on Twitter @BigCheds. So you can check that out. Check me out there as well. And boom. So basically, I really want to say thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you for being part of this community and being part of this journey with me. It's really hard. If you're having trouble, slow down, take a break, bet less, smaller positions, and always stick to your stop loss. Your stop loss is the reason you entered the trade. And when that reason fails, you get out, right? So if you kind of follow those things, you just might be able to stick around long enough to learn how to be a successful trader. Thank you once again. I'm Big Cheds. Proud and honored to be part of this community, and I want to thank you folks for watching. We'll talk again soon. Big Cheds out.